In the bustling city of Accra, where the sounds of traffic mingled with the rhythm of street vendors calling out their wares, lived two inseparable friends, Kofi and Amala. From the moment they could walk, they were seen together, exploring the city's crowded markets, climbing the old fig trees in the park, and playing by the seashore. The city dwellers often smiled, watching the duo's antics, their bond as strong as the ancient roots of the baobab trees that stood in the city's heart. Kofi, with his quick wit and infectious laughter, was the dreamer. He often spoke of far-off lands and adventures beyond the city. Amali, on the other hand, was the steady rock, his calm demeanor and practical mind grounding Kofi's flights of fancy. Together, they balanced each other perfectly, their friendship a beacon of pure, untainted joy. As they grew older, their bond only deepened. They attended the same school, learning the stories and wisdom of their ancestors. On weekends, they helped their families, Kofi in his father's tailor shop and Amale in his mother's cafe. Their conversations were filled with dreams of the future. Kofi often talked about becoming a storyteller, traveling from city to city, sharing tales of wonder and mystery. Amale dreamed of becoming a healer, using the knowledge passed down from his grandmother to help the sick and needy. Their days were filled with adventures, from building makeshift rafts to sail on the ocean to sneaking into the abandoned buildings, said to be haunted by spirits. One of their favorite spots was the old lighthouse at the edge of the city. It was said to be haunted, but Kofi and Amale loved to climb to the top and watch the sunset. The world spread out beneath them in a tapestry of colors and sounds. As the years passed, Kofi began to notice a change within himself. He felt a deepening affection for Amale, an emotion that went beyond friendship. At first, he tried to ignore it, brushing it off as a phase. But the feelings persisted, growing stronger with each passing day. Kofi found himself yearning for Amali's touch, his presence, in a way that confused and frightened him. In the city, such feelings were rarely spoken of. The elders upheld traditions and societal norms that left little room for deviation. Kofi was torn between his feelings and the fear of rejection and ostracism. He tried to suppress his emotions, convincing himself that his friendship with Amale was enough. One evening, as the sun set behind the high-rise buildings, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Kofi could no longer keep his feelings hidden. He and Amale sat by the seashore, their usual spot, watching the waves crash against the rocks. The scent of salt and the sound of distant music from the street performers filled the air. Kofi's heart pounded in his chest as he turned to his friend. "Amale, there's something I need to tell you," he began, his voice trembling. Amale looked at him, concern etched on his face. "What is it, Kofi? You can tell me anything." Kofi took a deep breath, the words tumbling out in a rush. "I love you, Amale. Not just as a friend, but something more. I felt this way for a long time, and I can't keep it inside anymore." Amale stared at him, stunned into silence. The seconds stretched into what felt like an eternity. Finally, he spoke, his voice barely above a whisper. "Kofi, I don't know what to say. I care about you deeply, but I've never thought of you in that way." The tension between them was palpable. Kofi felt a crushing weight in his chest, the fear of losing his best friend overwhelming him. Word of Kofi's confession soon spread through the city, fueled by whispers and rumors. The city dwellers, steeped in tradition, reacted with shock and disapproval. Kofi and Amale found themselves at the center of a storm they had not anticipated. Their families, too, were caught in the turmoil. Kofi's parents, proud and respected members of the community, were heartbroken. Amale's family, known for their healing arts, faced scrutiny and pressure to distance themselves from Kofi. Amale's mother's cafe, once bustling with customers, began to see fewer visitors, as people whispered and pointed fingers. Kofi and Amale tried to navigate the confusion and pain, but their friendship began to fray. Amale, torn between his loyalty to Kofi and the expectations of the city, grew distant. Kofi, feeling increasingly isolated, struggled with his emotions, unsure of where to turn. The situation reached a breaking point during the city's annual festival, the Festival of Lights, a time of celebration where the streets were adorned with colorful lanterns, music filled the air, and fireworks lit up the night sky. But the tension between Kofi and Amale cast a shadow over the festivities. An argument erupted between them during the lantern release, a moment meant for wishes and unity. In the heat of the moment, harsh words were exchanged. words that could not be taken back. Kofi accused Amala of abandoning him when he needed him the most. Amala, feeling the weight of societal expectations, lashed out, blaming Kofi for ruining everything. The confrontation was witnessed by many, and the rift between them became public knowledge. The friendship that had once been a source of joy and strength lay in ruins, shattered by the weight of unspoken emotions and societal pressure. In the weeks that followed, Kofi withdrew from the city, spending his days by the seashore, lost in thought. The once vibrant, adventurous boy was now a shadow of his former self. Amala, too, struggled, grappling with guilt and confusion. He threw himself into his studies, trying to find solace in healing others. But the weight of the past remained with him. The city, divided in its opinions, eventually moved on, but the impact of Kofi and Amala's story lingered. It became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragile nature of friendship and the consequences of defying societal norms. Their favorite spots, like the old lighthouse and the seashore, became places of somber reflection for those who knew their story. Kofi and Amala's paths diverged, their once inseparable bond now a distant memory. Kofi left the city, seeking solace and a fresh start in a distant land. He traveled from town to town, sharing stories and seeking new beginnings. Amala stayed, continuing his training as a healer, but the weight of the past remained with him. He became known as a skilled healer, but those who looked closely could see the sadness in his eyes. Their story became a part of the city's folklore, passed down through generations. It was a tale of love and loss, of courage and heartache. It served as a reminder of the complexities of human emotions and the enduring impact of friendship. In the end, Kofi and Amala found their own paths, shaped by their experiences. Their friendship, though shattered, left an indelible mark on their hearts and the city they once called home. Their story, a poignant reminder of the power of love and the pain of loss, lived on in the memories of those who heard it, a testament to the enduring human spirit.
Subscribe for more exciting African folktales, and thanks for watching. Bye, my beautiful family.